This microphone right here is less than $10, and I'm talking directly into my cell phone camera video and is being recorded to that audio track. Meanwhile, if you switch to this lapel style microphone you see on news anchor hosts, weathermen, Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, this microphone is nearly $700 and it requires an audio recording interface. And then we also have this middle of the road microphone here, podcast style microphone. If you take my seasonal summer social media pack, which is less than $20, and you download it, you'll realize that as I'm hoping to help youth pastors create custom content, that it's going to require at some points in time a microphone. And what I want to do in this video is I want to show you all of the different array of options that you can use, all the way from like budget microphones to the most expensive Cadillac style microphones to these mid-tier podcasts but really cool and vibey looking microphones that your students are gonna love. Because in this episode, we're gonna answer the question, which mic should you use for the content that you're creating in your youth ministry? Welcome, my friends, to the Hybrid Ministry Show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hybrid Ministry Show. If you and I haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Nick Clason, and we're gonna explore microphones. And they're really important because actually right now, this exact audio is me talking directly to my camera on the other side of the room. You can see that so far of all the audios you've heard, it is the worst style of audio. And we're gonna go through budget options as well as all the way up to the most expensive style of options. And you'll notice if you follow my Hybrid Ministry social media recommendations that it's gonna require you filming some of your own custom content, and that's gonna require you to want to have a microphone because this audio right here is just not doing it. So first we're gonna look at budget audio. This is my budget audio recommendation. It's one of these Bluetooth style microphones. They are really cheap. They clip on, they are wireless, which is nice, and they plug directly into your phone. You can get these for less than $10. And at a minimum, what this does is the requirement for decent microphone audio is you just want to isolate the audio source away from the video source. Now, this one records directly into the actual video file. So you like your video and your audio, they'll be immediately linked up, which is good news. But I would say this one here, we're going to call this like the student ministry volunteer microphone. Like, it's helpful, it gets the job done, but there's certainly like a lot more potential in your microphones. But this is the run of the mill, the most basic. And if you are on a tight budget, you should definitely consider grabbing something like this. This is USB-C direct into Android or into the newer iPhones, or you can find Lightning connections. Both are available at the links down below in the show notes. So this one right here is actually one of my newest recommendations. It's the Rode Wireless Go 2, not because I've been against it, but because it's just brand new. I just got it. And so right now I'm actually talking direct into my cell phone camera. And right now I'm talking direct into my Sony ZV-E-1 camera, which that camera is actually also linked down below in the link included in the description. I would call this one like the church intern of microphones, but it's the church intern that actually reads commentaries and has maybe gone to at least a couple like Bible college or seminary classes. And so like they know a little bit more what they're talking about. You can tell the quality on this microphone is quite a bit better than the quality of the last microphone. The Pro, of course, is once again, it's wireless, it's easy, and it can go direct into your cell phone. And so you don't need like a whole nother camera or anything to do that. It also doesn't need any sort of audio interface. The downside is that, it's going to run out of battery, and the quality it might not be up to, full like professional grade level of quality. But once again, these are for social media. So maybe that's totally not that needed, There are two of these actually in the pack. And so like you and then like another person could each have one, clip them on, or you even use them for like a podcast or something like that if you really, wanted to go that route as well. This pro level microphone is the Sennheiser Lavalier system. It is the senior pastor of microphones. It's buttoned up. it's expensive, it's intimidating, and it's very, very serious about what the job needs to be and about getting the job done. This one is probably the most overkill. It is more broadcast quality. It's great for live. It's great for studio stuff. It is wireless. So you'll see I have a pack that I have right here in my pocket, and this wire that's just like clipped on in here through my shirt, and then I have a receiver over there on my Focusrite. So this one does require an audio interface, and it's not recording directly onto any of the videos. So you would need to record this separately. You can use something like GarageBand, or we use like Adobe Audition, but then you have to link this audio up with the audio from the camera. Now, I do have a couple other bonus options that might be worth considering, and I think can add a little bit of punch to your studio, and we're gonna check those out in the next section. This microphone right here is the Sennheiser MK600. I would call this one, if the last one was the senior pastor of microphones, this one is the executive pastor of microphones. It knows where to aim, and it's gonna hit every single time, but you also better know what you're doing. So the pros and cons of this are you don't need a wireless interface. I am plugged directly into my Sony camera. A con, of course, is you will probably need some sort of adapter, as this goes through an audio like 1/8 cable inch headphone jack. And so you're gonna need some sort of adapter, probably a microphone to USB-C or to Lightning to go directly into your phone. The other con, of course, is it's wired, okay? And so like you're gonna need to have like an XLR cable. It's like what you would use for your worship music or worship department. But you can see some of the pros of it. We'll use this a lot. We've used this almost exclusively on our Man on the Street videos. And so we've bought this like microphone flag with like our church branded logo in it. It's also battery powered with just AA batteries. And so that's easier than trying to remember to plug in something that's like USB-C or like rechargeable in that way. And so this is a really good microphone. It is cheaper than the Lavaliers. And so this may be something that you want to do when you buy it. Again, once again, link down below. There is an option to mount it directly onto your camera, and you can mount it there, and then it's like a shotgun style. The downside of that is if there's any distance between the camera and the person, it's going to pick up everything in between. So like this entire episode, I've been moving around to different corners of our youth ministry social media studio, and we have had incredibly bad sound bleed through these walls, which go and lead to our auditorium, which is why we ended up going for this next bonus item that you're going to see here in the next section of this video. And here we are back where we started, and these right here are the podcast style microphones. There's once again a link down below in the show notes so you can check these out. These microphones are kind of like the youth pastor of microphones. They are professional, they're paid, they're full-time, hopefully you're full-time, and they're cool looking, or like try hard cool looking. Maybe you're giving it too much, but the fact of the matter is these, much to the opposite of the shotgun microphones before, catch almost zero sound bleed. And so for most of our, we do drafts and we do 7 questions here in this room. For most of these videos, these microphones do a fantastic job of picking up the audio of the students that are talking directly into it. Not to mention it cuts out some of the exterior wall noise that we were talking about in the last section and in the last clip. The con of these, however, are they're XLR, so you are going to need like a music microphone, oftentimes we use 2 of these, so you're going to need at least a 2-channel audio interface. We use the Focusrite Scarlett 8i8. You can check that out. Once again, link down below for that in the show notes. The con of that, of course, is that is going to be an upgraded and an additional cost. And so you'll just have to figure out between this one or the Bluetooth wireless or the Rode Go Wireless 2 or the condenser microphone or the Lavalier microphone, what microphone is best for you. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. I recorded all of this audio in its raw and rarest form. And so you're going to hear it, and you can now make the decision based on listening to this podcast episode, which one you prefer and which one you like best and which one sets and makes the vibe for your student ministry and your social media. But the good news is this, is no matter what you decide, My content, regardless of the quality of your microphone, whether you go budget or whether you go pro level, my content works for all of it. The $17.99 summer seasonal social media pack, which will allow you to not only get some done for you content, but it will also help encourage you to create some custom content. And why you want custom is because you want your students, your face, your leaders, and you want your social media to feel real, and you want it to feel like you. And these microphones will help enhance that experience. And I want you to have an amazing and popping off social media. Hey, members of my Patreon who get a bonus weekly podcast also get that downloadable social media pack, which is going to drop 4 times per year, every new season. They get it completely for free and as an included part of their membership tier. And it's actually cheaper to become a member than it is to download the pack outright. So consider doing that. But until next time, and as always, my friends, don't forget to stay hybrid.